So gonna be discussing lesson 7, creating our own first application. So yeah, let's jump into it. So over here I have this application that we made. It's a confetti cuisine application. It's sort of like a recipe application where there's a home page, right, which has a welcome message. Then you can click to different pages, courses, which basically has different courses that teach you how to cook, and then you can access the contact page over here where you can put your email and submit it, and then it takes you to this page which has a thank you for submitting message. So let's jump into the code. So firstly, I have my main.js, which handles the which is for creating the web server. Router.js, which handles the routing. Here there's the utils over here, and then I have all my HTMLs within my views. Content types, which has a dictionary that sets the content types such as HTML, the JS, and JPG, and all of that. So let's start with main.js. So here, as I said, it's like handling the web server or creating the web server and basically setting the URL patterns as well. So all these imports are made, and then the URL patterns for all the pages to be accessed with GET requests, basically from the router module. So when a user accesses a page, a GET request is sent, and then the content on that page is passed to the front end as a response, and that's how it works for all of them. For the courses, HTML, contact, the main page, which has a thank you message, the graph, this basically is showing an image over here. So as you can see here, basically when you enter courses, when you click courses, it takes you to this page and it shows this image. So those images are set there in the URL routings. As you can see here, we have an image here. We have an image for the product, for the confetti cuisine, and all of that. So those are the URL routings that are set there. Then moving on to content types over here. This file exports an object that maps it maps content types to their correct type headers, right? So basically just mapping these content types to the correct keys over here and setting the specific content types for the HTML, text, JS, all the way to CSS. So it's used to tell the browser how to interpret the response. So either as HTML, CSS, or JS, and it helps ensure that files are displayed and executed correctly by the client's browser. That's content types. Then moving on to router.js. Over here, basically, this file defines a simple routing system. So it handles all the routing, right? So as you can see, we have this dictionary and has these the method get and post. And then here we use exports so that the other files can use this function, which is a callback function over here, handle, and basically it is handling this here using a try catch block. So it's checking if the method and the URL is within the routes dictionary, right? So basically it finds and it executes the correct handler based on the request URL and method, right? So it's just basically handling errors, essentially. So if those methods and the URLs are within the object, then basically basically what happens is the request is made and then passed as a response to the front end, and then you're able to see the content in the front end, right? But if that's not the case, this catch block is executed and there's an error message which passes the error.html over here. This error message is shown in the front end. So yeah, these are basically just setting the URL routings. So as you can see here, defines the behavior or logic that should be executed when a particular route is accessed. That's what these do here. Then my utils.js over here, this basically contains what we call helper functions, right? So it serves static files, so it's serving these HTML files. So it uses get file, right, as a key in this dictionary, and then within it here, what it does is it sends the file content in the HTTP response. So basically it uses file system to read the file that is sent as a request, right? And when it reads the file, basically after that is, if the file is readable and is correct, then after it passes the data in that file in the front end, right? But if there's an error, then it will just basically show this error message in the front end that there was an error serving content, and also sets the HTTP status to internal server error over here. So that's the utils .js basically, and then these are all the HTML files that are basically passed as responses when the request is made to the server, and when the file is read as well. So yeah, that's basically the code for this application over here.